Secretary.
How are you?
Oh, I'm supposed to keep my thing.
No, you just say you say all. No, I know. Yes, I'm going to put
Good evening to you all, members of the media, and sorry for the delay and sorry for our congested facilities. We hope you do exercise some social distancing in the circumstances. So it's hot here. I'll hand you over straight to the Chief Secretary so that we can cruise through.
Thank you very much. Welcome, members of the media, to our usual briefing. Today is the 8th Cabinet meeting decision matrix, which is the Chair, Honorable Mchangwa, has the pleasure to make a presentation. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Chief Secretary and Permanent Secretary. And once again, welcome and apologies for starting a little late to this 8th Cabinet meeting decision matrix. Today, Cabinet met and dwelt on the Zimbabwe's response to the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. The Minister of Health and Child Care updated Cabinet on the national preparedness and response progress regarding the COVID-19 outbreak in Zimbabwe. Cabinet noted with deep sorrow the passing on of Zororo Makamba yesterday at Wilkins Hospital and expressed deepest condolences to the family of the deceased. Cabinet noted with appreciation the support which is being rendered by various partners, and in particular the Alibaba Foundation through the African Union, which has made a donation of a consignment of commodities to help strengthen and intensify surveillance, laboratory testing, and case management of COVID-19 in our country. The consignment is scheduled to arrive at RG Mugabe International Airport today, and this consignment includes the following commodities: 20,000 laboratory diagnostic test kits, 100,000 medical face masks, and 1,000 protective suits and face shields. In light of the gravity of what's before us, this outbreak of COVID-19, His Excellency, the President, has activated the ad hoc interministerial task force in line with a decision made by Cabinet at its 7th meeting held on Tuesday, the 17th of March 2020. The task force will be constituted by members as listed below: Minister of Health and Child Care, who will be the chairman of that task force, and will be deputized by Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable July Moyo. Members of that committee include Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development, Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry, and yours truly, Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Minister of Finance and Economic Development, and the Attorney General will also be members of this task force. And let me just talk to you about the terms of reference of this task force. A, to monitor the situation and manage the response to the COVID-19 outbreak and identify any gaps to corrective action. And B, to raise the general awareness of the public on the pandemic, and C, to mobilize domestic and international financial resources to adequately respond to the outbreak, and D, to engage private sector associations that include captain of industry and businesses, religious leaders, local authorities, and traditional leaders, and they will be coming for support in the implementation of identified initiatives. And E, to rally all stakeholders towards the successful fight of this pandemic. These include, among others, the Zimbabwean Medical Association, its affiliates, and all stakeholders in the medical and health fields. And F, to regularly update His Excellency the President and Cabinet and the nation on the country's state of preparedness and response to the COVID-19 outbreak. As chairman of the task force, Honorable Omoyo is required to make use of the Civil Protection Unit, which has the requisite geographical spread and representation for maximum effective collective response and action as displayed in the management of the Cyclone Idai disaster. I thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. There you are. You had yourselves the decisions or affirmation of the cabinet task force, which was set last week, which was reaffirmed in the wake of the tragic loss of one young star whom we all admired, Zororo Makamba. So, without much ado, I will take questions. Bearing in mind that was the main subject, as you can imagine, it took almost all our time because of the nature of the challenges in front of us. Any volunteers? Yes, at the back.
Thank you. My name is Wilkins Hospital. Honorable Minister, we read today a very sad narration from the Makamba family who not transpired to Zororo. It seems as if the government is not prepared to deal with COVID-19. From a government perspective, do you think we are really prepared, both in terms of equipment, manpower, training, as well as medicinal assistance? We read that they tell us that Makamba, they bring in the ventilator, then also they ask to pay money of $120,000 US. Does government have equipment to tackle this challenge?
Okay. Yes, please.
My name is Kate Aseke from Japan. Earlier on, I'd say there was a patient that was diagnosed in Big Falls. I would like to find out what's the status.
Okay. Yes, please.
Thank you, Secretary. I think it is related to the issue of the COVID-19. You didn't mention it, but I wish to find out. We have been hearing today that one or two government officials from the Ministry of Finance have been affected, either quarantined now or hospitalized. Can you shed light on that?
The name is?
John Cassin, Channel Africa SABC.
Sorry?
John Cassin, Channel Africa SABC.
Fourth one? Yes.
Abigail Temple from FBC. Back to the Zororo Makamba issue. We understand he was laid to rest today. Were there any procedures done regarding his burial, considering that he was a COVID patient? And then where, when, how did the burial take place?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think you can actually, Zororo was like a son to me, and I'm devastated completely. We worked with Zororo as a ministry. He was a smart man, a wonderful communicator, somebody who was very respectful, and somebody who knew how to couch a message of hope, more so to the young people of this country. In this mandate as a ministry, we found a young person who was doing a wonderful job. And out of the 21 episodes, I think we'll keep those for posterity. Wonderful messages, giving people hope. And so we received the message with a lot of shock and this big sense of loss. It's certainly, this has affected me as a mother. First of all, I want to say I had an opportunity to talk to the family of Len, and as a ministry, we helped where I was away. I had to ask the services of our permanent secretary to make sure that they are with the family and just allow them to grieve. So this is a very difficult time, let me say. The question which came from Khorisani, let me say, yes, government is very prepared. I mean, government is, it cannot be prepared like we knew there was COVID coming. Like any country, they are all struggling to make sure that they put the rightful things in place. I do not want to talk like the Minister of Health, unfortunately is not here. And as I've rightly said, there's a committee now, a task force, which will be talking to you later, maybe tomorrow or maybe after tomorrow, who are working on the operationalization. I've come to give you a policy statement of what government's position is. And I must say, we are doing everything possible to make sure that we save the lives of our people. Our president has been on record that it is important, no matter how difficult life would be because of the ban of certain social gatherings, but we have to do that to save our people. So let me say, government is very much seized. Government wants to save the lives of their people. This has affected all countries. This is a global challenge which has affected a lot of countries, and we are all struggling. But as we listen to the news coming from China, at least they are beginning not to have new infections, and that's very promising. And you know, most of the things which we might want to get in terms of equipping our medical staff does come from China, and that is actually something which will be easier, and we are very grateful. Of course, Alibaba is sending some equipment that will go a long way in making sure that we are well equipped. A patient who was diagnosed in, this is from Kaseke, a patient who was diagnosed in Victoria Falls is being monitored by the health authorities, and he is okay. His health is stable. And then on the issue which came from John Kasim about the 1 or 2 officials, they are being quarantined. That's the information which we have. And Abigail Temple was talking about you wanted to find out, if I may just ask you, Abigail?
I wanted to find out whether Zororo has been buried
Zororo
and
has
the
been-
procedures are really taken.
Zororo has been laid to rest, and yes, with the supervision of the health authorities, he was laid to rest this afternoon. Thank you.
Okay. Any other supplementaries? Yes, please.
Yeah. Moses Matega from Newsday. There was talk this afternoon that the Minister of Finance, who recently traveled to some countries that are perceived to be risky, was back and is in self-isolation. I just wanted confirmation whether it's true or not.
Okay, we'll take a note of that, but I don't know your sources because normally we discuss with who were with you. But anyway, the chair will respond. Any other question before we take a repeat? Yes, please.
Now maybe just to follow up on the two people that you confirmed that in quarantine. Who are they? Because the world wants to know.
Kasim, can I just tell you, I do not have the names, but we have also been told we were in contact with one who was found to have to be positive, so they are being quarantined.
Yes, please.
Kodwa manguja VOA ndingada kuziza kuti panyaya yeCovid papa pane ma-regulations akabuda nezero kuti vanhu avachafanira kudarika kuma-50 but tine problem yakaita semvura where you find vanhu vakazara kumaboreholes because there's no water. Tauziva kuti hurumende ichadhila sei nenyaya yekunika sure kuti vanhu vawana mvura so that hazvikanganisi utano hwevanhu.
Okay. We can repeat. Are you still keen?
So, I wanted to find out where the treated the patients, the other patient, or this patient who had been treated.
And the name is? Kasim.
I can give any other one extra. I think get us get the one at the back.
My name is Leo from Zimbabwean. My question is partly related to the data Zororo Makamba and Wilkins Hospital. Maybe the Honorable Minister, for the benefit of the various audiences which we serve, can give them a bit of hope. What is the situation like at Wilkins? Is it as bad as we read about it in the daily news today, or it's not that bad? There's some bit of hope because the article, I'm sure we all read it. It did not paint a very good picture. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. I'm so used to the other one. Thank you very much. I start with Moses Matenga. The Minister of Finance traveled. All what I know is the Minister of Finance was with us at Cabinet. I just walked out of Cabinet now and he was with us. Then Godwin Mangutga. I think I've talked about the issue that there is, yes, tataura nenyaya yekukoshesa kwatikuita Govt inganzi chi udzamu hweproblem yatinawo ndosaka maona paiswa committee izvozvi yakatogara ndauya kuno kuti ndingozokupai statement ndatosiya vakagara vari kutarisa nyaya dzese idzozi dzekutarisa utano kuti pane panomira vanhu vachida mvura pane zvakawanda zvanga zvichinetsa munyika pangamire vanhu vachida chikafu pangamire zvese izvozvo tiri kutarisa kuona kuti sangane nevakawanda ma-traditional leaders ma-religious leaders vanounganidza vanhu nenyaya dzemachechi kuti tigare navo pasi tivaratidze kuti tine dambudziko rakakurisa zvakakosha kuti zvinezvi tisange tichiungana tiri saka ndati iyoyo komiti ichauya kwamuri ichikutaurirai nenguva yePCP saka apo mapesendi ese Leo is the situation at Wilkins. I have to say I haven't visited Wilkins Hospital, but again these are the issues which I have left to the Minister for Health and that task force going through that and all stakeholders involved to make sure that we go to the stem of the problem. I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much until we